The worst wedding I ever shot started with a broom and rain. Real rain. It also involved some crazy glue, but we'll get to that at some point. Now, this was one of the first weddings I had ever shot. It wasn't the first, but definitely first 5. Can't even remember where it was, north, south, east, or west, because boy, I repressed that memory so much. Anyways, I got there about 30 minutes before the ceremony was started to start, and the groom and his groomsmen were sweeping flood water out of the yard in their wedding clothes. While these boys were sweeping water out of the yard, that didn't stop them from enjoying the day and having their drinks. The ceremony started late, obviously, but somehow, by the grace of God, that part went fine. After that, we went off to do portraits, and one of the groomsmen tells me, "Don't worry to drive, I could go with him instead." Poor judgment on my part to go with him. Jump in this guy's car, and immediately I regretted it because big man started to play chutney louder than a carnival truck in this car. And don't get me wrong, I have nothing against chutney, but Riyadh is not a hard pongs in your car kind of guy. Anyways, mid-drive, he tells me the sole of his shoe came off, and he wants to stop at a grocery to buy crazy glue to fix it. I don't know, maybe it was all the old noise this car was making shake the sole of his shoe off. Okay, cool, no problem. So we stop at the grocery. He asked me to go inside and buy this crazy glue. I didn't know how to say no, so I just went. Came back into the car now, and he asked if I could glue the shoe for him. So there I am in the passenger seat of this random man's car, gluing his shoe with crazy glue all over my fingers. When we reached the portrait spot now, the groomsmen, they were drunk, loud, and just didn't want to be there. I was new to weddings then, so I had no clue how to handle that situation. I struggled to pose this group and have them cooperate, but eventually I got it done. When we got back to the house now for the reception, it was just utter and complete madness. No MC, just people randomly taking turns on the mic talking nonsense, because that's what alcohol does to you. Groom's speech now, for some reason this DJ thought it would be an excellent idea to blast music while this boy makes his speech. The guest pretty much ignored his speech and was just liming and talking extremely loudly. And then the best man walks up mid-speech and just hugs the groom. No context, no reason, and whispers a whole speech of his own into the groom's ear. At that point, I just wanted to disappear. I just wanted to go home. I grew up in a very sheltered home, I guess. I wasn't made for this chaos. End of the night now, while I'm packing up, and already there 2 hours longer than I was booked for, a random lady comes up to me and asks me to take a quick photo of her and her family. Okay, no problem. It's just one quick photo. That one lady dragged me around to every single family that was at the wedding to take a quick photo. I went home that night and wrote off weddings, photography, crazy glue, chutney, life on a whole. I edited the photos, sent them to the couple, and I never heard from them since. Not a word. But you know what? Every photographer needs that one nightmare wedding. That wasn't the worst wedding I ever shot. The worst wedding I ever shot is still a little too recent in my mind, so the memory and the trauma is just a little too much to talk about. But that will come soon.